back another time. So, and then, like I said, I'll be here longer. All right. So, hello everybody. My name is Gabriel Moreno. Oh, all right. This works right here. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Gabriel Moreno. I am the executive director of Luminous. It's an immigration nonprofit located here in Howard County. We have over 40 years of being in the community, and we're the only immigration nonprofit. So what I like to do is go out to the community and do something known as Know Your Rights presentations. Typically, it is for immigrant population, but these are constitutional rights that exist for everybody, including immigrants. So all U.S. citizens also have these rights, of course, and it's always nice to have a refresher because there are some times that people may have learned these years ago, and it's very, very important to know this stuff because it applies to all law enforcement, not just ICE, also police, sheriffs, and any other type of law enforcement. So today we're going to talk about those constitutional rights. I do want to let everybody know that this is presentations for educational purposes only and should not constitute as legal advice. If you have any type of case, whether it's a civil case, criminal case, immigration is typically a civil violation, you always want to talk to an attorney. So today's topics, I already mentioned a little bit about Luminous, and then we'll also talk about the U.S. constitutional rights. Any text that you see in italics, that means that it's the translation in Spanish throughout the presentation. All right, so as I was saying, everybody has constitutional rights, and some of the most important constitutional rights that everybody has, I have up here the Fifth Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, and the Sixth Amendment. Most important are the Fifth and the Fifth and the Fourth Amendment. The Fifth Amendment is very important because it is the right to remain silent. So anytime someone is arrested by law enforcement, when you've seen it in the movies or if you've experienced in life, the police will always say the Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, then one will be afforded for you, meaning the state will pay for it. That's criminal cases. Immigration cases, like I said earlier, are civil violations, so you don't even get Miranda rights when ICE detains you. And as we've heard recently, up to 170 U.S. citizens have been detained by ICE or arrested by ICE. So it's very, very important to know that you have these rights because ICE will typically not tell you these. Police, if you're under arrest, they will tell you these rights, and you have to pay attention to every single line because when they say anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law, that means anything you say or do will be used against you. There is nothing that you will say to any law enforcement, whether it's police or ICE, that will help you, ever. I've never seen the police take the stand and help somebody out that's sitting in the defendant chair. So the best thing to do is always remain silent. Also, along the Fifth Amendment, you have the right to due process. That means that you are given notice of a violation, whether it's civil or criminal, and then you have the opportunity to be heard. So if you're given a ticket, you have the opportunity to go to court and respond to that ticket. The same thing for any criminal crimes that have been committed or any civil violations like immigration. Also, within the Fifth Amendment, you always have the right to refuse to sign any documents. You have the right to give any documents. The only exception there is if you're driving. You always have to verify that you are licensed to drive a vehicle. So in those instances when you're pulled over by police, you do have to show your identification or your driver's license to show that you can drive. You also have the right to an attorney in immigration cases, but the government will not pay for it. Criminal cases, if you can't afford an attorney, the government will pay for it. So that's the big difference there. Another amendment that's very important to always remember is the Fourth Amendment. That's the right against unreasonable searches and seizures. So the only way law enforcement can typically search your home, your car, your person, they need your consent, permission. You have to give them permission to be able to search you. The other way they can do it is if they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge. Sometimes in immigration proceedings, we're seeing people being detained, and they have a piece of paper that says administrative warrant. That may allow for someone to be arrested, but it doesn't allow for ICE, for example, to search a home. So typically we're telling immigrants to keep the door closed and demand to see that judicial warrant, either through the Ring camera, through a window, through a mail slot, or if they can try to shove it through under the door without you opening the door, because if you open that door with any type of law enforcement, it's their word against yours. They may say that you consented to them, and you can never trust law enforcement, especially with ICE. They typically will lie to people to do certain things. And I'm not making this up. This isn't something that I tell people lightly, because it's in their training manuals to lie to people. It teaches them how to lie to folks. If you want to look it up, you can search ICE Ruses, R-U-S-E-S, and you will see a plethora of manuals that ICE uses to let their officers know that they can lie to people to a certain extent to get information. Also along the lines of amendments, here I put the Sixth Amendment. When it comes to the Sixth Amendment, that has more to do if somebody, like someone that's undocumented or is applying for some type of immigration relief, and they've committed a crime, not related to the immigration, but let's say maybe they accidentally shoplift. They put something in their pocket by accident. They thought they were going to pay for it, but they completely forgot. They walk out of the store, and now they're charged with stealing or larceny. In those types of situations, the Sixth Amendment says that if they can't afford an attorney and an attorney is assigned to them, or if they have an attorney, that attorney needs to make sure that they know that the person is an immigrant and explains what type of consequences could occur with the immigration case. That's what the Sixth Amendment does. So if you have a public defender, typically in public defender offices here in Maryland, they will have an attorney that knows about crimes crossing over into immigration to advise properly. Down at the bottom, I have a picture of a red card. I've brought a bunch of red cards. One side is its instructions in Spanish, and the other side is the U.S. constitutional rights in English. I'm going to go ahead and leave a couple here for folks. Sometimes there's some that will have both sides in English, but all of them will always have the constitutional rights in English. And the reason for that is that the instructions and the language that someone prefers, it'll explain to them that they're supposed to try to hand this card to any law enforcement officer, whether it's ICE or the police or the sheriffs or the FBI, whoever it may be. It's a way to communicate that you're exercising your right to be silent, your right against unreasonable searches and seizures, as well as not needing to, not giving permission to search any belongings. And at the bottom it says you choose to exercise those rights. This is in Spanish here. This is also in Spanish. The English slide here. So the constitutional rights red cards, like I was talking about earlier. This website here, if you point your cell phone camera to the QR code, it will take you to a website of an organization called ILRC, and you can actually download PDF versions of these red cards in up to 49 languages right now. 9 months ago, back in January, before this administration took over, there was only about 8 languages that this was translated to. So we're up to 49 languages because the need is so great. And our office has a lot of these languages already in-house if anybody needs cards. Typically, you probably want to call or send us an email to make sure if we have the language. Otherwise, you can go to this website. You can download the PDF and print them out at home. You'll likely print it off on white paper, but you could possibly send it to a printer to print on red paper, or you could try to print at home on red paper. And each page has 4 cards where you cut it out and you fold it and keep it in your pocket. So it's very, very important to know this information. This is kind of reiteration, reminder of what the constitutional rights are. Your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Anytime the government, law enforcement, police, sheriffs, ICE ever accuse you of a crime, you do not have to do the work for them. If they're accusing you, you let them do all the work. So you always want to remain silent. Don't give them any evidence. Don't give them any information. The Miranda rights strictly say that anything you say will be used against you in a court of law, and it doesn't say that it will help you. So there's no reason for you to talk to the police. or ICE or any type of law enforcement. I have a couple of examples here where ICE or any type of law enforcement, really, they start asking you questions. You always want to assert your rights to remain silent. I exercise my right to remain silent. I don't want to talk about my day. I don't want to answer any questions. Am I free to go? You know, that's an important key phrase you always want to say to any type of law enforcement and when they approach you. You're better off not talking to the police, like I said, about your own life, about your neighbor's life, your friend's life, your family members. So exercise your right to remain silent and don't talk about others. If they catch you in public, trying to ask you questions, you want to exercise your right to remain silent. The next words after that should be, am I free to go? If they say you are free to go, calmly leave. They may try to stop you and try to ask you more questions, say, I'm not discussing my day, you've said I'm free to go, and I'm leaving, and then just calmly leave. You don't want to run because that raises suspicions. Now, in the event that you ask, am I free to go, and they say, no, you're not, at that point, you might be detained, whether it's police, ICE, whoever it may be. You still have the right to remain silent. You still have the right not to answer any questions. But the words out of your mouth should be, I have the right to remain silent. I'm exercising my right to remain silent, and I want to speak to a lawyer, and that's it. You're going to get detained. You're going to get your phone call. Call a family member. See if you can call a lawyer if you have one at that point, or if you know of a lawyer to call at that point. Once you get that phone call, you'll make that phone call. Unless ICE has a warrant or judicial administrative... yeah, they should. So ICE should never be arresting anybody. Police shouldn't be arresting anybody unless they have reasonable suspicion you've committed a crime. But a lot of the time, if you're out in public, like if the police came in right now and tried to start arresting all of us, they probably don't have the right for that. They don't have a warrant for that. We're not doing anything that is breaking a criminal law. The Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable searches and seizures, like I said earlier, a judicial warrant is always going to be needed when you're in your home, if they want to search your car, if they pulled you over, maybe you were speeding, give you the ticket for speeding. They might ask, can we search the vehicle? No, you may not. I do not consent to a search. They need a warrant to do that. And if you haven't consented to that and they do it, then it's a violation of your constitutional right. And if you're a U.S. citizen and your rights are violated, you might be entitled to monetary compensation. In the immigration world, any type of constitutional right that's violated means that the person can potentially be let out of detainment and no longer have to face deportation proceedings, no longer have to go to immigration court proceedings. So on the immigrant side, you were trying to get people out of removal proceedings. On the U.S. side, anytime your constitutional rights are violated, you're going to sue the government for monetary relief. I have examples here of situations that may occur where they try to search your pockets, they try to search your purse, try to search your home. And you always want to say, I do not consent to a search of my car, my person, my home. Make it loud, make it proud so that witnesses hear it. Hopefully someone's recording it. And so, as I put it down here, a violation of Fourth Amendment rights will lead to termination, dismissal of immigration court proceedings for immigrants. You can't really see this. It's on our website, beluminous.org. If you go to the website, you will find a blog post that talks about the comparison of judicial warrants and administrative warrants, subpoenas. But up here, I have an example. On the left side, you'll have the name of a court at the top. You'll have the name of a person. Hopefully it's spelled correctly. If it's not spelled correctly, I don't think it's valid. It'll say where the person is located if that address isn't correct. If it's apartment A and they happen to be at apartment C and maybe they got the right guy, they've gone to the wrong place. That's an invalid warrant. And then it will also be signed by a judge. That's what a judicial warrant looks like, at least the front page. A lot of the time, these will have attachments to the back, multiple pages, declarations, affidavits from an officer saying, we need to go get this person immediately, it's urgent. And a lot of the time in ICE context, those types of situations don't exist. So a lot of the times you have more than 50% of people getting detained by ICE that have no criminal history, and just happen to be collaterals out there in the world. And maybe they didn't remain silent, and they gave information saying, I am an immigrant, I am undocumented, and that's sufficient enough to detain those individuals. over 70% of the people that have been detained, I think it's like 71% of people that have been detained have zero criminal history. So it's a very scary situation where initially the promise was that they were going to get all the criminals, and they decided to go after what I like to refer as low-hanging fruit: mothers and fathers, people at work sites, all the types of people that the opposite of what they said they were going to be detaining. So on the right-hand side, I have an example of an administrative warrant. That typically exists anytime someone is in some type of immigration proceedings. That document just exists in their file. Many times that will allow somebody to arrest somebody, but if someone's in the home, they can stay within the home because they need a judicial warrant to enter the home. Here it is in Spanish. All right, something important to know, 287G jurisdictions. Those are jurisdictions where law enforcement has contracted with ICE to help them find immigrants. So here in Howard County, we're lucky. We have what's known as the Liberty Act, which means that anybody that works for Howard County government, including the police, fire department, will not ask about immigration status. If someone is a victim of a crime, domestic violence, they should have the ability to call law enforcement and come and save them. And not worry about calling someone that's a victim and all of a sudden they're detained by ICE. So Howard County is a great place to live in. Now we have 8 jurisdictions though in Maryland that have the 287G contracts, and I've listed them here. It's Allegheny, Carroll, Cecil, Frederick, Garrett, Hartford, St. Mary's, and Washington County. And that means that the law enforcement there, whether it's police or sheriff, work with ICE. So if someone's getting pulled over for a broken red taillight, it might turn into a situation where if the officer finds out that the person's undocumented, they may call ICE and say, hey, do you want me to hold on to John here? And if they say yes, they'll hold on to him, and ICE will come, and they'll end up being detained. Typically, immigrants are not detained in Maryland. We have a law that came out a couple of years back that says dignity.detention. And what has happened is people are getting sent to Louisiana, California, Florida, Pennsylvania, everywhere but Maryland to be detained. The problem there is that they may have to get a new attorney, their family's not going to be able to visit them, and so it's a very scary situation to be in. So if you know of anybody that goes to these counties, they need to be very, very careful if they are undocumented. Who's at risk of detention? I always tell everybody. Like I said earlier, 170 U.S. citizens have been detained. Luckily, they've been let go, but sometimes it could be days before they're let go. If anybody sees something or, you say something. So I have the 2 hotlines at the top. Those are hotlines that someone can call if they see ICE in their community. The second one, Casa de Maryland, they're a great organization located in Montgomery County. They're all over the state. And then there's also the Migrant Solidarity Mutual Aid. So these are 2 numbers that people can call in the DMV area. The number at the bottom is typically for people that are in Virginia, but I like the first 2 because, like I said, they help in the DMV area, so Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. And that brings me to the conclusion of this presentation. If you want to learn more information, you can scan the QR code. We are located right by the mall at, if anybody knows where Union Jacks is, we're on the 4th floor of that building next to the mall, down the hallway from the Red Cross. So I always like to joke with people and say, if you go donate blood, come and visit us. We're down the hallway. We're open from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And there's our office number, email, and our website. And let me see, I'm supposed to leave already right now. So there's no time for questions right now, I'm sorry. We will be doing the food distribution again at a later date, and I plan to be here for at least an hour so I can answer any questions. But thank you very much. And the red cards. The red cards are over here. I'm going to grab them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for some helpers. So I'm going to pack it up, but would you be willing to kind of haul it out? Thank you. It takes more than one. You might have a friend or someone you know in your life that might benefit from having one. And time to go.
me one side back. Okay, give me one side back. If you stay in this one section, okay, give me one side back. I'm going to do two rappers. No, just give me one side back. All right, I'm out of raffle tickets. I have no more. So look, if you gotta give me your give me one side of the ticket back. I'm gonna mix it up. gonna be that, and the guy said, I got a couple minutes, and that's it.
Wow. But then when the right people came, they didn't speak to them in Spanish. Pastor, don't forget your laptop is back here.
Yeah, I got it.
Should I say one of these for Miss Linda? You know how she is.
You can't,
Chris said he was coming.
yeah,
Chris is
you
back
can't
here.
stop it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give it to Mario, give it to Mario.
That's an over for the Jets. We 0-7 is over.
Put it to my hand thing.
And they threw the guy under the bus, they gonna trade him, George Sanders. But I think they need to go by quarterback.
I was telling the guys, you know what JETS stands for? I said, what? I said, just the end of the season.
See, please, grab Crow's up here. He's on right here. We're good. Pastor John, actually, do you want it? These are what we can go for.
Oh, no, 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 all of
Well,
this,
they put it, okay,
chicken on that side.
okay,
All of this going to the people.
okay, good.
Did drop it out to, your pocket too. Yeah. You wanna take two bags?
Thank you.
Yeah, I take them and drop them out. Like we normally do, you know what I mean?
Need a hand?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're leaving. Everything's all done. Can't
No, she can have, we got one for her. Yeah. Just hold on.
Will you leave a work or just?
Where did Chris go?
You know the back. He's done.
All right, let me grab him.
He might be out. He might still be out there.
Hey, Chris. All right, see you later. Yep. All right, God bless you. Thank you. All right, thank you.